Okay, I've had a couple of people ask me about jug foam and cutting nice clean holes for the Safari. I figured I'll give a quick video on how that works for me. I like to cut it clean and sharp for everything. Everybody does it different. This is just my way, so take it how you will. I've pre-measured everything so you can see how I'm going to cut everything. Ahead of time, you should go and measure your boat on your own and make sure that you can fit the jug foam where it belongs, or where you're going to cement it in. These are the tools that I use. The basic concept here is to make sure that you measure the circumference of your jug around the jug, convert that into a diameter, and buy the corresponding hole saw jig size that you need for your jug. I have a hole saw here that will make a hole for a jug and also a bike bottle. So I've got a standard size bike bottle for this. One of the keys to this is to buy a Mandrel, I'll call it. It's a piece that fits very cleanly into the hole saw centering bit, and it allows me to drill on both sides of the jug foam so that I can get a nice clean cut straight through. I have to cut on one side, flip it over, and then cut on the other side. So I need to know where to cut on the other side. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and set it all up and just make some cuts for you. The thickness of the foam is too big for me to cut it all the way through, so I'm going to have to cut it on both sides. This mandrel has to be the thickness of your jug foam, so just keep that in mind. Alright, I'm going to center right here. Make one cut there. Go ahead and swap my hole saw. To the smaller size. And then I have to pick one or the other to do first. So I'm going to do this smaller hole first since I already have it in there. Nail it all the way through. You have to make sure to nail it all the way through, otherwise you won't be able to fit it on the other side. What I find is it sometimes doesn't go exactly through, but for my purposes it's close enough. So now you have to cut that little nubbin off with a knife so that you can get down there. And expose that hole. And now I'm prepped and ready to drill from the other side. Now it's not going to cut all the way through. The thickness of the hole saw is not going to get you all the way through, even from one side to the other. So I've got this piece here that allows me to get all the way through. Poke that out, and now I've got myself a nice clean hole straight through there. Push that out, and I can reuse that on the other hole. So I'll toss that in there. Don't like how that was angled. Again, cut off that nubbin. and then use this saw again. You want to be careful. If you accidentally go at an angle, you're not cutting that little piece in the middle, so just you're going to be cutting a bigger hole in the bottom. Just make sure you go straight down and through. All the way through. Got a little spot here that's not cut. There we go. Alright, so there's your jug foam. You're gonna have little pieces in there that you gotta just rip out to finish off that hole. And then test fit it with the jug. You know, it fits right in pretty nice and snug so it won't come out in the race. Check the bike bottle. It's a nice tight fit. Also acts as insulator for your jug. You can do the same thing for smaller bottles. Just need a smaller hole saw, and you can put those pretty much wherever you want as well. Last cut to make is to slice this thing off, and I use just a regular saw like this to make that happen. Gotta be very careful to cut straight up and down and not deviate from that path once you've started it. And there is some generic foam for a safari jug holder that now you can go use contact cement to put into the boat.